I recommend that the African Union should empower women of Africa in different ways and means. First of all, there should be focus on education and training and capacity building of women who show interest in that field. That means that they have a good academic background, and they have the personality of leadership, and they have the capacity of following up this career, not just taking it halfway. So this is one track that we should focus on, which is education and training. The second track is empowering of NGOs who are all over Africa, and they are women organizations who can support these kind of women, because a woman needs support all through her life. So not only by education, but also by during her career and during her family life, because she cannot give up one. She has to do both. So this is one thing that also the AU can do, which is empowering or giving a lot of support to the NGOs who are supporting women leaders in the African continent. And also not to forget about the problems of each area. Like each region has its own problems. So like before, we used to say we are not in conflict and we don't need to be a part of the African Standby Force, for instance. But now we think that we are in need. So African Standby Force is also under AU, and it is very important that it empowers the NARC, which is the North African Brigade under the African Standby Force. It has a civilian component, it has a women component, and this is not very well addressed by AU. So this is my third recommendation for AU. Well, women always are victims of conflicts. So they have other dimensions that the man, when war is launched, they do not think about it's going to happen. So a woman will know the repercussions for her and for her family and for her society, for her community. And this would happen, for instance, in Darfur in Sudan, who are those who are suffering. They are the women and the children and the families. No schools, no universities, no like the normal life is stopped. So this is what women bring to the negotiating table. What are the what are the repercussions of war to the community or to the society? How are the families going to survive? How, if there are refugees, if there are displaced women, and there are many who continue to be living in disastrous situations for many years. And this is one point that is always looked upon by women. Also the fact that a woman is a victim of sexual violence in wars and in conflict zones. This is not really addressed properly. When a man is addressing this problem, a woman can relay her problems and relate to her aftermath of the conflict more than the man. This is how she should be part of the negotiation table so that she can address the issues that concerns her, her family, her children, and her society. Well, it cannot happen all of a sudden. It has to happen gradually. First, we have to acknowledge her role as a leader in her society. Then we have to encourage her to take not a subordinate place, but a medium role, but a higher role. Then she can move from informal to formal when she has established her connections, her networking, her all her. She can do strategic alliances with other men informally also until she is able to be placed in a formal setting. But it doesn't happen. But I really would like to see the woman doing both, like being in the informal and networking with her also other women and other men. And at the same time, when the political will is not there, then the formal will never come. So how to influence the political will is through the informal setting.